All those in favor of approving Maryland's minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. All right. I think, unless anybody else has anything, I think we're... Joe.
I was going to report on the Republican...
Oh, yes. Come on up. Let's do that real quick.
Okay, I've just got some quick comments here. Went down to the Republican convention, California convention, a couple weeks ago. And can you guys hear me without the microphone? I don't like using the things. I just project. So, okay. And I went to a couple symposiums. One was AI use. And I don't know how many of you, Alex probably understands that we were in the transitional generation where we remember a world before computers and after. But we talked about AI use there. They're great for research, collating, and doing artwork for you. You can teach it to use that, do newsletters, things like that for the top newsletters. They do have some... AI does have some downfalls. It's not really true intelligence, and it's got the judgment of a 2-year-old in a lot of cases. And so you got to be careful. Garbage in, garbage out. Data poisoning. A lot of people have been putting out a lot of stuff that isn't true on the internet, and it goes and scoops it all up, synthesizes it, and puts it out. And so sometimes you've got to take it with a grain of salt what comes out of it. You've got to really edit it. But for campaigns in particular, those of you that are on campaigns, it can be a massive time saver and force multiplier doing opposition research because it is very thorough. Now, I can find a whole bunch of stuff doing web research, but AI is much more thorough at doing things like that. So consider using it for that. Consider using it for some of your artwork because you can put a prompt in there and it'll spit out the other side, especially if you guys have some younger people working on there. So.
Is there a particular AI that you use?
Yes, Grok is, because it is coming from Elon Musk, who's an honest broker. He's got some liberal tendencies, but it tends to come out with a more correct, less anti-freedom bias, less leftist bias on there. But again, you're still dealing with something with the judgment of a 2-year-old. The other thing that was kind of apropos for what we talked about tonight was ballot harvesting and how to do it. Just a couple bullet points on that. You can go into it farther, but since this is a low turnout election, we may want to do this for this primary here. First thing, just a couple things that came out of it is collectors must sign in their original signature on the top of the envelope. Can't use a stamp or anything else. You got to return the ballots in within 72 hours to a drop box, registrar of voters, post office, or a polling place if there's early voting. And if you are doing it on an industrial level, just door knocking, doing it, it's best if you have a campaign shirt and ID tag. That's just the best practice that they've found. And another best practice is give out a receipt for the ballot that you harvest with a QR code to the ballot track so that they can check to see if their ballot got turned in within 3 to 5 days. So, and with that, there was a lot of other stuff that was going on. The gubernatorial candidates. Now, we're all getting behind Bianco, and I think that is the right choice, having met both of them. That also being said, I don't think there is anything, I think we're kind of in the catbird seat here because they failed to endorse either of them. Bianco got 48%, or Hilton got 48%, and Bianco got 52% of the vote there. So there was not an endorsement for that, and I think that's actually good going into there because we're likely to have a race between the two. And of the two, I mean, Hilton, he's a businessman. He's really good on TV. Not really all that good in person. He's kind of a little guy, not terribly personable, but he has a lot of really good ideas and good stated policies, and he's got a collection of good people. I know some of the people that he has pulled in from my military service, and they're good people. So even if he ends up in the governor's desk, behind the governor's desk, we're not going to have a problem. And so he's got this organization and everything behind him. He also has Trump's endorsement, but I think that may actually be a poison pill that makes Hilton, or not Hilton, but Bianco more viable, because you're going to get the people that hate Trump no matter what, and Bianco is common sense, and Bianco can talk to the other side and reason with them. And in person, he actually has a lot more presence and panache, and he's just together with it a lot better than he is on TV. I don't know what happens on TV, but I mean his presence person to person is very, very good. The other thing that I see with Bianco is he has a lot of the same policies as Hilton, but he has concrete steps that he's going to take. He knows what he can do through executive order. He knows what he can do through just like saying, hey, Attorney General, we're not going to fight this case when people bring suit. We're going to default it to the opposite side to stop this, because I can't do it as a governor, but and legislature needs to do it, but we can lose in court. So he's got very concrete ideas on how to achieve what he wants to do. And among the other things that I did there, and I think that we might, for collection of petitions, we may want to get involved with that. I found the guy who's pushing all the Republican petitions. He's got my contact information, so I can get all the petitions here and out to you guys, so that you can go to the churches and things like that and reliably collect a couple hundred signatures on there. And I also participated in the voter integrity panel. And there are a lot of things that they're doing. They're kind of playing the old game. They need to get to just diving into the data game and finding the nodes of, okay, yeah, this is fraud, this is not fraud, this is fraud, and publicizing it. To mention Bianco again, he found a 42,000 overvote in his county, and that's what some of you may have heard. He's sequestered all of these votes, and they're conducting an investigation on it. So there is likely to be something coming out of that. And some of you know that I berated the local central committee about votes that were not very good on resolutions to stay on brand. The resolutions were much better this year. We were pretty good about staying on brand. There was, I mean, of course it's not perfect, it's a political process, but there wasn't really anything that undermined our own credibility like we did last year, just undermined our credibility and our position as Republicans. And there is also a really strong undercurrent, just my feeling, of people that really want to fight. It's like, no, we're not going to get along. We're not getting along with these people. We're not going to compromise with this evil. We're, you know, they're going to say bad things about us no matter what. So let's be as bad as they say we're going to be, and go and win this thing. And you know, stop worrying about consensus and feelings, and worry more about finishing the fight, winning the fight, and fixing things around here. So that's all I've got.
Good. Hey, Joe, I would like to get that procedure for the ballot collection.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at some point, and that way we'll know how to do it. One last thing is, I forgot to mention this, we do have a list of all of the candidates that we have endorsed, in case you don't know. The list is back there. And anything else? Mr. Tony.
First, I want to thank you for helping me out with the stupid machine.
You're welcome. Yes.
I also want to mention that the Secret Service, having been law enforcement in my background, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. An asshole running down the hall. No one has to say that. And so, if it's the same leadership, I don't know why you have to shit can all of them.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. That's good. All right. Thank you all for coming. Keep up the good work. Fight, fight, fight.